welcome back to my channel. This is Kitty. Gosh, I'm really glad to be back. I feel a little bit better today. Don't know if you could tell. I manned the hair station today a bit better, so I'm happy. I have a big giant pink flower in my hair, and I'm just buzzing with a little bee in my bonnet. But I've been watching this show lately on YouTube. I just love these two people, and I would never have found them if it hadn't been for like moving to the UK. They're great. They make me laugh all day, every time I watch them. The guy's name is Rolly, and his compatriot person that works with him is Luxuria, and what a lovely lady. Seriously, I'm loving the channel. He's pretty popular, I think, but he's just really, really funny. And I'll sit there and just be nodding along going, that's right, totally agree with you. Okay, yep. Like, it's funny when you find someone that you just get along with. And next thing you know, you're just kind of going, yeah, I don't know, I really enjoy the show. So, yeah, that surprised me. But welcome to my channel. Seriously, find a spot on the rainbow couch. You can find some ottomans, I'm sure, some poofy places to just sit down and relax. And, we'll have a little chat. That's what I'm here for. So, I had a thought today, and this is kind of a universal complaint. Basically, have you noticed, like in the summer, most people complain, okay, it's too hot, right? So they want to find cooler places, and that's cool, right? Well, I don't think there's any problem with the insulation of English buildings, because right now it's 26 Celsius in my house, right? And I'm baking. I'm hot. I'm really hot right now. And it's just crazy. And I'm like, why is it so warm? Well, when I used to work, my customer service jobs, and when I used to work in, even in the factory jobs that I had, one thing I did notice in the winter time is people just lose their minds on temperature. In the summer, if they have a place where there's aircon or air conditioning, they'll just, ramp that stuff up as cold as possible. It's icy in there, and I'm like, oh, this feels great, But you'll have complainers, but usually they'll tell them, hey, you could put on something a little thicker. Most of us are comfortable in this, cool. But in the winter, it's like they decide, you know what? I want to make it toasty, warm, cozy in the office. And I'm like, oh, please don't. Please don't. Please, I beg you, please don't do that. Please, please, please don't do that. Because it's unbearable. It is unbearable for most of us, okay? Most of us are sitting there going, really, I just want a fan, okay? I want a fan. I will ask these people, and I have in the past. I'm like, could you just, can we please have it a little bit cooler? And they'll look at me like I'm the crazy one. But it's not that cold out yet. Or, maybe it is. And I still don't understand. It's like they're running around work in a t-shirt. I'm like, well, gee, I wonder why. Me, I can only take so much off before I'm, before I'm nude. And then, people might complain. I don't know, some might like it. But anyway, moving that on, did not mean to go there, but here we are. But have any of you guys noticed that in the winter? Like, people just turn their heating up extra? I mean, I could tell you in Texas, having a fireplace was usually just redundant, because when are you going to use it? Like, whenever I would go apartment hunting over there, or flat shopping, however you want to put it, I'm not sure if it's flat hunting. It might be. But every time I would go, they would always like try to sell us on the fact that, it has a fireplace. And I'm like, which we'll never use. I mean, if we lived in Colorado, or perhaps New York State, or I don't know, Nevada, North Dakota, Iowa, Ohio, Michigan, places where it makes sense to have a, fireplace, where it actually snows and gets cold and the snow stays on the ground long enough for it to form piles where you can actually go, oh, that's snow. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I recognize that one. But no, they just generally tend to They don't do that. They just, yeah. Anyway, um, I don't understand people. They're very strange creatures. That's why I study them all the time. I read articles and I watch videos and I try to understand humans. I mean, ever since I was a little girl, all I wanted to do was just, learn about psychology and psychiatry and a little bit more about how everything is interwoven and wired and mixed and how everything, I'm just super curious. It's probably why my name I chose was Kitty, because it's never ever satisfied that curiosity. I'm constantly wanting to know more. And I mean, we're only here for a very short period of time in this particular, I want to learn as much as possible because I'm curious. I don't know. I remember, and I know this is going a little bit off topic here, but whenever the lockdown happened, people were complaining that they were bored. MIT is online, and if you have internet service, there's quite a few courses that are free. How could you not want to learn? There are books that are out there that are free to read. There's games, there's shows, there's people to talk to, there's skills you can learn, there's crafts you could be doing. There's areas of your house that haven't even seen a broom in 6 months that could really use a clean, How can you be bored? There's so much to do. I don't get it. I really don't. I never will. I just don't understand how people can say, I'm bored. I'm never bored. That's my problem. I always have something to do, too much to do. Hence, sometimes my absence is on here coupled with, everything else. Bored? I don't see how that's possible in this time period. I really don't. There's just so much to do. And it's not like there isn't a way to connect to other people that like the same stuff you like. There are specific ways to gather amongst yourselves and go, hey, I like this thing too. Wow, so do I, and so do I do too, yada, and there's before you know it, there's a few hundred of you, and guess what? You got buddies. That's awesome, right? I mean, so you're in lockdown, or whatever. You still could talk to people that you have a lot in common with that maybe, you wouldn't have even known about if you hadn't just gone looking. If you just given up and gone, oh, I'm bored. I don't want to. You're bored? Don't say you're bored around me. That's all I'm going to say. Do not tell me you're bored. I can give you a list of things to do. Believe me. And I don't know. I think you'd probably not say that around me too often because I can keep you busy. Because if you're bored, my goodness, I mean, I could have you hand clean my floors like I do. I could have you dust all my stuffies, get rid of all the dust off of them. I gave them all a bath today. Yeah, tedious stuff. But you know what? It's got to be done because I'm not living in a house of dust. So there we go. Anyway, how do you feel about the heat in the wintertime? Because to me, it's too hot. I can't do it. It's just way too hot. Now there are a few days out of the year, yes, where, I will put my hands up and go, okay, fine. It's chilly. And, I might put on a light blanket. Today I left the house in flip-flops. I had, my trousers on, and I had a nice shirt on and everything matched and it looked really cute. And I had flip-flops on because they're much easier to put on when I'm having a back problem. And I don't know, it worked. And you know what? I wasn't cold. I didn't have a coat. All I had was this, it's a very light velvet, burnt velvet throw that I put over myself. It's not a blanket, but I don't know how to put it. A kimono, that's what it is. And I wear that. And even that could be a little too warm for me. So yeah, you can thank the pharmaceuticals they make me take, because they do not allow me to regulate my body temperature. So yeah, it doesn't make sense. I will wear thin leggings in the middle of snow and it's not cold. You know, I'll actually be hot. I don't know. It's a very strange way of being, but I don't know what to do. I just have to live it, you know, and say, okay, well, I can't do that anymore, or this will happen. I used to walk to the charity shops so I could go look and see if they had anything pretty. But what would end up happening is I would become so warm on the walk there that by the time I arrived there, I was in no state to try on any clothes, hygienically anyway. So I learned to take a taxi there. And then, if I wanted to, which I did a lot actually, I would just walk home. And then I could, you know, get hot and everything, and it wasn't so bad. Yeah, but what is that old saying? I know you guys have heard it a million times. Where there's a will, there's a way, right? That is true. It is so true. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. For real. I mean, hey kitty, you'll never walk again. Neurosurgeon. Me. Year later. Walking. Yeah. No physical therapy, mind you. Remember that. This is in America. This is not here. If it had been here, they told me they would have done it completely differently. But of course, you know, I mean, you know, it's here. It's the NHS. They would have done it completely different. I get that. But, all right. Well, I have waffled on long enough. I believe that's the way of saying it. The local colloquialism. I love that word. Colloquialism. Anyway. All right. Well, I love you guys. I love talking to you guys. I'm gonna get my booster shot as soon as I can. I have had both of my you know, my actual shots, so I've got my vaccines. And I wear masks everywhere. I wash my hands like a crazy person, and yeah, I'm, you know, pretty antisocial. Not because I want to be, but mostly just because I can't really trust another person to do the right thing as much as I can trust myself right now. And I just think that that's more common sense way to live for me. I don't know. I just don't want to get sick again. I really don't. It's not fun, because with my fibro, funny thing, it seems like every time I get sick, I get a little worse, and I don't want to get worse. I'm here. I don't want to get lower, you know? So yeah, I will talk to you guys at another point in time. I have some really cool ideas coming up. Just some things I thought about and went, wow, they do that so different here. So yeah, anyway, stay tuned. Please subscribe below if I inspire you, if you like what I have to say. I hope you do, because, you know, I enjoy talking to you, and I enjoy doing this. And if you feel like being, you know, mean or rude or anything, well, you know, there's millions of other YouTube channels. Go be rude over there. Go on. Go. Go. All right. See you guys. Mwah. Love you.